you're watching this video right now because you want to be a funny little shark guy while being verbally abused by your teammate in voice chat. But the only problem is that the shark character that you love so much is a support, and you're clearly way too good at this game to have to be the one healing your allies. Well, don't worry, because I have the perfect playstyle for you guys. EOMM Agent Jeff. Oh wait, no, DPS Jeff. DPS Jeff, not EOMM Agent. Cut me some slack, they're pretty much the same thing, it's easy to confuse. But the fact is that you're watching this video, which means that you're way too stubborn, just like me, to move on from the nerfs that Jeff has gotten, basically killing the DPS Jeff playstyle. Killing's an understatement, they just took it out back and shot it. And you want to play DPS Jeff anyway. Why? I couldn't tell you. I don't even know why I play him. It's just fun. So here's my full guide on just figuring out how to manage to even carry your weight while playing DPS Jeff. Okay, so the first thing I got to talk about is Jeff's kit. I'm just going to speed run through half of this because most of it's just pretty self-explanatory. First, we have the bubbles. I can't damage myself in practice range. AoE, 60% movement buff. And they heal 118, 110, somewhere around there. I'm not Googling it just for a YouTube video. You want to pop one of these before you get into a fight, because God knows that the whole entire enemy team's going to turn around and look at you. Next, you have your hide and seek, which is the dive. Now, this is the staple in Jeff's kit and how you're going to avoid. The only problem is, Guan made it so you can only hide for 10 seconds. 6 seconds. Why did I say 10? I wish it was 10. Now, it does heal you and make you hard to hit, but I'm not going to explain to you guys to just press shift whenever you're getting attacked. Every Jeff player with a brain cell knows to do that. If you don't know how to do this, just look up a Marvel Rivals in general guide. And next is the Aqua Burst. Now, this is the most important part of your DPS Jeff kit, because this, you get 3 of them. That's not how much damage. She was already damaged. Wait for her to respawn. You get 3 of them. That's how much damage you can do from hitting all 3 of them. If you miss one of them, you basically have to double the amount of time that you hold down your left click to kill them. So if I only hit her with 2, I have to hold it down this left click for that. Why can't I speak? I swear I have like a speech impediment or something. If I only hit 1, I have to sit here holding down left click like a fucking moron. Are they easy to hit? Not really. They're projectiles, so have fun with that. That is a very annoying part of Jeff's kit now. And the final part, his ult. Now, his ult, it's pretty obvious. There's a few tricks that I'll tell you about his ult, like later on into the guide. But it's like the regular Jeff ult. It has a healing pool now, so if you can pop it with your team around, that's optimal. It scoops up everyone, heals allies, damages enemies. You guys know how it works. I'll explain how to optimize your ult later. Now, after learning about his kit, you're probably thinking, that's not good. How are you going to get kills with that? And you're 100% right. It is really, really fucking hard to get kills with that, especially while diving. But it's not impossible. Now, if you want to get a kill like normal, you'd stay in the backlines like I am right now, and you try to dive into the enemy, which I'm not doing right now, and you just kind of do 2 right clicks or 3 right clicks, because you have 3, I don't know why I said 2. You just do your 3 right clicks, and then spray them down until they die, and pray to God that the team doesn't look at you. Now, unfortunately, the reality is, if the enemy team is semi-competent at the game and has a brain cell, you're not going to get much kills. Which is why I invented a totally new DPS Jeff playstyle to get around that. And it's called DPS Jeff. The D in this one stands for distractions per second, not damage per second, Jeff. It's distractions per second, Jeff. Now, what does distractions per second, Jeff, entail for you? Well, you're basically being the most annoying little fucking shark in the enemy backline as you possibly can. You're most likely doing this strat because of a mix of your stubbornness to not let DPS Jeff die, and because your dad left you while growing up. Now, no matter the reason that you're doing it for, which is probably the second one to be honest, this strategy is certain to make the enemy healers pissed off at your very existence. Unless if they have a 4 or a daredevil, or just anyone who wants to sit on your ass 24/7. But if no one on the other team wants to contest you at all, which let's be honest, probably not going to happen because people are stupid, you're going to just sit in the backline for free, holding down left click and pressing the occasional right click every now and then. Now, using this strategy, you're not going to get many kills. The whole point of this strategy is sit in the back and just punch the healers in the back, make them feel as uncomfortable as possible, so then they're looking back at you and shooting you instead of healing their team. Fair warning right now, you will get flamed the hell out for this. There will be many people that goes, DPS Jeff only on 5 kills, 1 death from their own ult, or some stupid thing like this. No matter how many times you explain to them that you are distracting the enemy, they will not budge. So I recommend doing 1 or 2 things. Now, option number 1 is for the responsible team player. Just mute them. Mute anyone who wants to bring down and just yell into the mic about you. and just forget about their existence entirely. Now, if you're not a responsible human being, option number 2 is for you. Now, fair warning, this is known to maybe not be the best for your win rate, but if you want to have fun, rage bait the fuck out of them. It's really fucking funny to watch a grown man cry about a shark on their team. Now, obviously, if you can just go in, right click, and then kill the enemy, that's way better to play actual DPS Jeff instead of this strategy. But most of the time, the enemy is going to have something preventing you from doing that. Whether that be like an atom or just people turning around and shooting you like a Punisher. So you might not always be able to go full DPS Jeff, and you might have to use this distraction per Jeff. Oh my god, I have a fucking speech impediment, I just can't prove it. Just point of the line is 2 DPS Jeff strategies. 1, you're actually playing DPS Jeff. 2, you're being an annoying fucking rat in the enemy backline and just annoying the fuck out of the heal as well, getting abused by your teammates. Holy shit. I don't know why I can't speak today. But all of that yap sesh just leads me to this one point right here. If you want to go DPS Jeff, there is always one time that you can guarantee that you are not the one throwing if you do try to go DPS Jeff. And that is if you have a teammate playing dive. Now, the dive player might be throwing if they go into a Namor. But if you do have someone like a Spider-Man or Black Panther, always, and I mean always, wait in the backline and shoot whoever they're shooting. Just focus them, throw in some heals, keep them alive. Like, they are not going to die in the backline with you. You are going to shoot and DPS whoever that they're shooting. They're going to retreat easily, and you can just survive in the enemy backline and then go straight into DPS Jeff right after. Whether that be fuck rat, hiding annoying mosquito Jeff, or actual DPS Jeff. Okay, yeah, basically the point of the line is Spider-Man, Black Panther, chill. Go help them kill the enemies. And now that we got the 2 different playstyles done, here's some miscellaneous tips to help you. And I'm going to talk about the ult at the end of all this. Just wait, I will talk about it. Now, number 1 is to wait until after the ban phase to announce to your team that you're playing DPS Jeff. Wait for the ban to go through, say, hey guys, just so you know, I'm playing DPS Jeff, so get us another support, and then do it. Because I guarantee you, there will 100% people out there that I can't speak. There will 100% be people out there that just insta-ban Jeff because you say that. Now, the next tip is a little bit unethical, but if a teammate is trying to throw because you're playing DPS Jeff, the responsible thing is to just play a normal character and just count that game. Put them on your avoid list afterwards and move on with your life. But if you're set on playing DPS Jeff that game, a little bit of an immoral thing to do, lock in Widow, say that you're playing Widow if you're not playing DPS Jeff, show them that you are as petty as they are to not get you to play DPS Jeff, and then hopefully that changes their mind into saying, fine, just fucking play DPS Jeff, I don't even care. Because I'm telling you, they're going to be in a lot better mood if they actually tell you to play DPS Jeff. I cannot speak, I sound like a snake. Very important thing at the end, do not actually play Widow. Once the game starts, switch back to Jeff, don't actually throw your game. Now, number 3. I'm going to talk about smurfing a bit. Smurfing is not allowed in Rivals. Do not do it. All I'm going to say right here is that if you're worried about the morality, I'm telling you, if you haven't played DPS Jeff before, you will be throwing your bronze games. But do not smurf. I'm not enforcing it. I'm not encouraging it. It is bannable. Just don't do it. So if you do decide to go against my words and smurf anyway to learn DPS Jeff, then that's your choice. But I'm saying for a character like DPS Jeff, if you've never played DPS Jeff before, like even before the nerfs, at least play a few quick play games. Like, you at least need this. I normally am way against people learning how to play characters in quick play because it's so slow and people in quick play suck at their game, so you're not getting good experience on it. But like, DPS Jeff is a different story. You kind of need it. And now I'm going to talk about Jeff's ult. Now it's time to talk about Jeff's ult. This thing that you're seeing right here is one of the ways to silently ult. It's probably the more complicated way, but it's the only way that I had on recording, so this is the one that you're going to have to deal with. Now, this way requires you to find a little section where you can kind of hover on Jeff and press Q without touching the ground. There's many of these places on many maps. Most of them are unoptimal since Jeff now does healing with it. Now, the second way to silently ult is by ulting 100 meters or more away from wherever you're ulting. If you ult 100 meters or more, the enemies can't hear your signal. They just won't hear your ult line and you'll be able to silently ult wherever you are. Now, both of these silent ult techniques do have the drawback of not being able to actually benefit from the new Jeff healing thing. But in return, it's kind of balanced either way that you do it because you do get a silent Jeff ult anyway, which can be really, really good. It can be, not always. Now, the second important thing that you have to learn about his ult, and that's basically all for the video after this, is who to target. Now, first thing is who not to target. Someone like Iron Man, Storm, Ultron, anyone who could fly, you should never expect to ever get them in your ult. If you do get them in your ult, they fucked up immensely. But the question is, when you have your ult, when should you use it? Who should you ult with it? Now, in reality, there's really there's three big uses for your ult, and then the rest, if none of those conditions are met in your game, then you can just use it whenever you feel like it or whenever your team needs a support ult, I guess. Now, the first one, the most important one, is Cloak and Dagger. If they have a Cloak and Dagger, and that Cloak and Dagger is even semi-competent at all, and that's on Cloak and Dagger competence scale, not the regular one, they will just simply right-click and your entire ult's gone. So, if the enemy does have a Cloak and Dagger, always save your ult for when they're doing their own ult. And they zoom around, you'll eat them on the fourth one, you'll get the timing ready, you just have to kind of learn the timing for it. Now, the second one is Invisible Woman. Whenever she does her big-ass circle thing, ult inside of that. Just do it. You'll get people. You're always going to get someone. If you don't get someone, then that's really, 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 really unlucky. I can't remember the last time I ulted inside an Invisible Woman ult, and I've never gotten anyone. And the good news for this one as well, is that since the enemy would have been support ulting, Jeff now has a support ult, so you'll be matching their support ult to let your team push in as well. And the last one is Mantis. I'm just going to say this now. Mantis ult is more efficient to scoop up instead of the Invis ult. But the Invis ult is way more fun since you can get like 4-man kills with it. The Mantis ult, you're pretty much only going to get Mantis and maybe one straggler who stays too close to her. But I'm just going to say this personally, I always try to go for the Invis ult if they're both on the same team, because it's just way more fun getting that 4 or 5 kills sometimes, like if you get lucky. And now finally, if none of those conditions are met in your game, you are pretty much just free to use your ult whenever you feel like it. Now, a really common one that I like to do a lot, I like to solo ult, not solo ult, silent ult from 100 meters like I was talking about. Really fun, really awesome to do. If you want to actually be a team member and ult for your team whenever you're ulting for your team and they get the healing pool, I like to always solo ult the Luna. Because if they're not going to have a Mantis, Invis, or Cloak and Dagger, chances are they're going to have a Luna anyway. If they don't have a Luna, just solo ult someone. Luna's one of the characters that you're pretty much always going to get in your ult unless the mag bubbles her. So solo ult her, take her away from the fight. You're DPS Jeff, so you're not down a healer. They are down a healer and they're going to die. And that's the end of the best DPS Jeff guide on YouTube. How do I know it's the best DPS Jeff guide on YouTube? Because I haven't found another one. Why haven't I found another one? Probably because it's a really, really stupid strategy. So if you made it this far in the video, please subscribe, and if you want to see any of my other content, click that little bell. Honestly, don't press that bell, just forget about that bell, because when the time does come that you forget about my existence entirely, you won't actually remember to unsubscribe from me. Alright, bye, I love you.